my name is Gregor. Thanks for checking out this BassTheWorld.com video, and this is my review of the Harley Benton BZ-5000 NT neck-through bass, this bass. This bass was sent to me by Thomann, which is an amazing and immensely large music shop here in Germany. And Harley Benton is their, so to say, their in-house brand. So this is a label that under which they sell all kind of music gear, everything from PAs and studio stuff and pianos and flutes and anything you can imagine that has something to do with music. And apparently also basses. What's cool about these basses in general is that they are very affordable, so they are not like super high-end stuff. They are rather basses for beginners or those who don't want to spend or can't spend a lot of money for instruments but still want to have cool quality. And so let's check this out and let's have a look what it is. Construction-wise, this bass is made with a so-called sandwich body, so we have different layers of woods. Here we have a layer of ash, then in the middle we have mahogany, another layer of ash, and then we have a beautiful sycamore top. And something that's really special about this bass is that it also has a top on the back, something that is very unusual, I would say. It's also sycamore, of course, the same wood as the front top. And when you go to like a custom builder, like a super expensive brand like Fodera, Adamovich, whatever, and you ask for a top on the back, of course they will make this for you, but it's something that costs sometimes thousands of euros of upcharge just to get this, and most people don't do it because this is just for you and your belly. Nobody can see a top on the back, but it's funny to find it on this very bass. As I mentioned before, it's a neck-through bass. That means the neck begins here at the strap button and goes all the way up to the headstock. And it's a 5-piece neck, so we have 3 pieces of maple and we have 2 pieces of NATO or NATO. I guess this has nothing to do with the military thing. It's just a type of wood. I don't know anything about it. It doesn't matter. It's in here, it looks pretty, and it does what it's supposed to do, I guess. Another thing with the woods, the fingerboard is made from ebonol. This is not really a wood. It looks like ebony, and ebonol, I guess that's also why the name is similar to ebony, has a lot of the characteristics that ebony has. So it's very dark, almost black looking, and it's also sound-wise very close to ebony. So we have a very bright treble, we have a lot of strong and very defined basses and stuff like this. And what's cool is that you get like the qualities of ebony without actually having to pay like the lots of money that ebony costs on the market. Ebony is a very expensive wood, so good for you, good for us. Not too expensive, but still getting a piece of quality of very amazing woods. On the electronic side, we have 2 soap bar humbuckers. Then we have 3-band EQ, basses, mids and treble that can of course be boosted and be cut. We have a master volume for the overall volume of the bass, and we have a balance control that allows you to match these pickups to your favorite sound. So we go all the way to the right, you get a twitch pickup, all the way to the left, the neck pickup, and everything in between that you might wish for. The electronics is an 18-volt electronics. That means we have on the back we have 2 compartments for 2 9-volt batteries. And this is something cool and especially kind of surprising to find in a very affordable bass, because 18-volt electronics are known for having much more headroom than regular 9-volt electronics. And what sometimes can happen when you boost a lot of mids and a lot of bass, that you kind of get some sort of an overdriven or almost distorted sound. And with these 18-volt electronics, there's so much more power and so much more headroom that the bass will more likely stay clean, even on very high volumes, and that's really cool. Then we have the neck, of course, is a rather slim shape, so this is really cool for everyone who doesn't like huge baseball bats and prefers necks that are very comfortable to play. And on the front, on the fretboard, we have 24 frets. We don't have any inlays, which I think is nice for this bass because it looks very clean and beautiful. But of course, on the sides, you have your regular side dots that you always know where you are. This bass at Thomann costs slightly over 300 euros, which is really not a lot of money for this kind of basses, because the construction and all the electronics and everything put into this It is a lot of work, and I'm kind of always amazed when I see affordable basses that sound really good, and sometimes I don't understand how this even works. How can these produce so affordable? I don't know. It's not my that's not my business. But anyway, we as users can of course enjoy this. And here at BassTheWorld.com, we are in the fortunate situation of getting a lot of super expensive high-end basses to try and to review. And this is of course awesome to play these often hand-built amazing basses. But for me, on a personal level, I'm much more interested, or not really interested, but I'm very much into affordable basses, because I think quality-wise, when you look at these expensive boutique basses and very simple basses as this one, there's often not such a big difference. And what do I mean by that? Of course, there is a big difference, because boutique basses are hand-built. There's a lot of hours and efforts and thoughts put into these basses to optimize everything, to find the best pickups, the best wood combinations, and all this kind of stuff. With affordable basses, this can of course be done as well, and it is done. There's not just, okay, we have pickups, let's put them in there. It might sound good, it might not, it doesn't care, we just want to sell them. I'm pretty sure that Harley Benton, the Thomann guys, have a different approach when they design these basses. But just because a bass is cheap or affordable doesn't automatically mean that it's kind of a bad bass. And I think this bass can prove this very easily, because it's just sounding fantastic. As you heard in the opener, there's not much to say. You could buy, of course, like a Tobias bass or MTD, as they're called nowadays. They look kind of similar. They have a similar construction, similar electronics and pickup configurations. Of course, the quality is much higher of the parts that you will buy, and the quality, like the build quality, is of course much higher. But at the end, what's the stuff that really matters? For me, that's mainly two things. One thing is, how does the bass feel like? So if you touch the neck, if you put your hand around it, is it sticky? Feels it nice? Is it comfortable to move up and down? How's the hand placement on the right side? Is there other things in the way, or do you get to easily play all your favorite hand positions and stuff like this? And this is something that I'm looking for. Also, of course, the balance when you put this on the strap. Is this neck diving as crazy, or this is one thing. And the other thing I'm always looking for is, of course, the sound quality. And sound and quality, you can't really put this together in one thing, but for me is actually, what does the bass sound like? Sounds it good to my ears, or is it something strange about it, some strange frequencies going on, or just something seems to be not so matched with pickup positions, or the preamp doesn't really work well with the pickups, or anything like that. These are the things I'm looking for, so the practical things. How does it play, how does it feel, and how does it sound? Because these are the things that will at the end matter when it comes to how well the bass can be played and how comfortable you feel playing it. And when you buy expensive basses like 3,000 euro and upwards, of course there's no end in the amount of money that you can spend for them. You will of course get amazing products there's a lot of love put into these, and there's a lot of details paid attention to and stuff like this. But of course, not everyone has the money and wants to spend the money for these kind of basses. So there's this for these kind of people. And the difference is, of course, when you look at this bass closely, you will see, you can't see it, I can see it, that the transitions, for example, between the different wood layers are not like super even and super clean made. So there's, when you go to like Nicola Damo, which is a good friend of mine from the Netherlands, and if you follow my videos, you know his basses very well already. He spends hours, sometimes days, just to get these transitions right, to make everything looks super perfect. And there are of course little things, also like the high gloss finish on this bass. It's not like flat as a mirror. There are little ups and downs on this, but I personally, I don't care at all for this, because it's nice when everything looks well made. Of course, that's something that I can appreciate very much with these high-end basses, but on the other hand, does it really matter? To me, it doesn't. When a bass sounds well, I don't care how much it is, especially one of my favorite basses. I own a good amount of basses, and my best sounding and one of the best playing basses is actually the cheapest bass that I've ever bought. So money for me doesn't really matter when it comes to the actual quality of a bass, because quality is for me that what happens when you play it. Does it sound as you want, or does it inspire you to play cool stuff? And that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about basses. So that was enough talking. Let's hear this baby a little bit. We recorded 3 different sound samples, and the first one is the bridge pickup alone, and we left the EQ completely flat, so there's nothing boosted or cut for the sound sample. You just get an impression of what the bridge pickup sounds like. The next sound sample is both pickups combined in the middle, and we boosted the treble and the bass a little bit and decreased the mids a little bit for a cool slap sound. For the next and final sound sample, we used a neck pickup and boosted the basses and the mids a little bit and decreased the treble slightly to get something like a warm and nice P-bassish tone. All in all, I think this bass is very well made, and what you get for the money is kind of amazing. Just don't look too closely on some details. Of course, there are some things that are not like super accurate made, but again, this doesn't really matter. When you buy these kind of basses, you don't expect like the super hand-built qualities of amazing boutique basses. That's it for today. Thanks very much for checking out this video. If you want to find more about this bass, or even want to try it out or consider buying one, please use the link in the video description below. This will guide you to the Thomann website, and this is a so-called affiliate link. That means if you use this link to order this bass, or by that means anything else on the Thomann website, we get a little percentage of that, which is really nice, because this supports us as a project. And if you want to support us and don't want to spend money or time on this, this is a completely no-brain kind of way to help us out. If you want to do this, thank you very much. It's very appreciated. If you don't want, that's also completely fine for me. Thanks for checking out this video anyway. That's it for today. See you next time, and have a wonderful day. Bye.